And you mentioned community, you mentioned you yourself having a partner, you know, that's solid. I'm familiar with the fact, I see you post, you know, that you got children and stuff. How does this complement the family unit, man, the household? You know, is your partner on it? Is this something you introduce to your children? Are they privy to what, you know, psychedelics are and that? You know, what's the family setup like?
Yeah, my children, they know, my children are very young. My oldest is 5, but yeah, they know what psychedelics are. Let's leave it there. And
but it's not a taboo
my
subject in the household. It's not just like you're the guy doing it and
nah. It's my man. What's mushroom paintings? It's mushrooms everywhere in this house. You feel me? Real and not real. Like they're very, very aware of what it is. And their mom, like, when I first got into psychedelics, it was probably only on my own for like 6 months, maybe not even 3 to 6 months before I met their mom. And man, we was in entheogenic heaven together until she had the first one. And even still, when she had the first one, we still had some experiences here and there. But yeah, she heavy with the psychedelic game as well, man.
All right. The reason why I ask, because as you may know, I do mushroom cultivation, man. I teach people how to grow mushrooms and cultivate gourmet, medicinal, you know, edibles, you know, the whole nine. But at the beginning of my workshops, I have a disclaimer, you know, outside of, you know, in some places around the world, growing magic mushrooms is illegal. So I have to make that clear. And I also declare that, you know, once you get on this mushroom journey, especially mushroom cultivation itself, once you're plugged in, you know, my disclaimer is that it can make or break friendships, households, and relationships. You know, and I'll give an example.
Well, for me, it more so made. I tell a lot of people, because people ask me all the time, like, why do you like mushrooms so much? Yada 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 yada. I'm like, mushrooms have a big role to play in the way my life is right now today, and in the family that I have, everything. I was a cultivator as well, and when I started cultivating them, it was before my second child was born. My daughter, my queen was pregnant with my daughter, and that's when I started cultivating them, and that elevated, our living situation. It elevated our lifestyle together. I can say this: if it wasn't for mushrooms and me and her doing mushrooms together and diving so deep into this lifestyle together, I'm not sure that we would even still be together. Like, there's a lot of things that come up, a lot of ways that I've been, things that I've done, immaturity, stupidity, whatever in the past, vice versa, things she might have done, and just us being able to understand each other on a whole nother level, or even if we might have got mad or whatever was about to revert to old habits, we were able and capable to stop, you feel me, and see the bigger picture, or really think about things and think about it on a more conscious level. And like I said, it's not solely dedicated to mushrooms. All this shit works synergistically. Mushrooms, yoga, meditation, the way you eat in your whole lifestyle, it all gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's like a car. You can't just have a fire ass engine and your fucking your alternator is fucked up, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. Or your cars are always gonna be in the shop. You feel me? All your parts gotta be straight. So yeah, mushrooms, psychedelics, entheogens, period. Mushrooms majorly, but entheogens, period, have a huge role to play in my life and my family's life. Definitely.
No, I appreciate the
Definitely. I
sharing.
can say I wouldn't be here right now where I am. I mean, I don't know where I'll be. I'm not saying I'll be worse off or anything, but right here, and I love where I am. I love it.
Glad to hear, man. Glad to hear. Now, my disclaimer comes up, you know, simply, well, not simply because, but one of the other reasons is in it breaking households and relationships is when you get the cultivation bug and you start looking around the house and you start looking and trying to find new grow spaces, and it might be the spare room. Have I lost you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, sorry, my screen's frozen. And you know, or you might have flatmates who are not paying their rent. And, you know, you start like, look, man, you've been late on that rent, and I've been looking at that room, and that's like a fruiting chamber sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to make decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I tell people, like, you got to get the family on side, because, you know, when you've done a whole night of sterilizing your pots, and somebody thinks you cook soup, you know, and they open up the lid and put all your jars on the side, you know, and you're like, shit, you're keeping people out of the house and that, man. I'm like, yeah, you know, there's a lot that can come out of the mushroom experience outside of the experience of partaking in them, man.
Look, man, it's crazy, because when I first started, man, it's like you're going. When I first started, it was me, my girl, we had 2 children, and we had nowhere to stay. Things was really rocky with like both of our families, but luckily my parents let me come back there, right? And we was up in this room, all 4 of us tight. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to take this cultivation serious, because you know what I'm saying? Something gotta happen. And it was taken serious. We had a whole side of the room just stacked with tubs, right? And I'm doing like 66 quart tubs, so just stacked to the ceiling. Bro, I almost set the house on fire one time. I got a flow hood. I'm legit now, but I was working in a still air box. I had to replace the carpet, like the whole carpet. I had to get the wall repainted, like almost set myself and the house on fire. And my mom was like, y'all gotta go. And luckily, like, we was good. We was pretty decent at that time. So like we made our move right after that. But yeah, I almost set the house on fire. And fortunately enough, you know, I've always had the privilege to make sure we have a spare room just for a lab. So it's always a dedicated, clean lab wherever I'm at.
All right, nice, man. Yeah, just to inspire the cultivators or the potential cultivators out there, man. Get your shit tight, man. No fires, man. No fires.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're definitely getting kicked out, man. After that.